podcast. Man, we still seeing red, man. We in the red room right now. We still getting adjusted to the new spot. Got furniture and shit coming. So, don't worry about the setup right now. You still got niggas just standing up anywhere. Niggas just no backgrounds and shit. And got way more subscribers than me. So, bruh with me. Bruh, the fuck with me. But as y'all come in the building, do hit that like button, man. We doing reactions tonight. Every day, when there be some bullshit in the media, man, it's gonna always be some new updates. And I thought I wanted to jump on here today, and I just watched this Shannon Sharp interview before I got on here with y'all. So I wanted to go back on here and, watch it again, watch it with y'all and talk about it. And I'm looking at it from a standpoint, it almost looked as though Stephen A was, in a sense, giving Shannon a farewell. And let me ask this question. The question that I asked, though, in the beginning is Stephen A wrong for speaking on Shannon Sharp's situation? I know he has a job to do, but the shit just came out yesterday. So being as though that's your friend, you done developed a relationship, I just wonder, what did that do to him and to Shannon Sharp and Stephen A's relationship? He rooted for him in a sense, but it still was some uncertainty, which you gotta understand. Like, you can't just never really be wholeheartedly behind somebody when they accuse the shit like this, when you don't know, you wasn't there. You really just have to go back on their character. You know what I'm saying? The person that you know. So we're gonna get into it a little bit. I'm finna play Stephen A, and I'm gonna let y'all hear his response, or how he feel about the whole ordeal. And after he give his spiel on it, we'll get into it. Let me see my angle. Can y'all see? My angle a little fucked up. So let me switch it up. Hold on. There you go. That's good enough. I gotta move my desk. Here we go.
All right, everybody, listen up. With all the big-time sports action that's happening each and every day, the Stephen A. Smith Show wants to make sure you are taking advantage of it all. That's why we partnered with Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching sports. The app is really easy.
This is Stephen A's take on Shannon Sharp.
Choose from any of your favorite players.
And the question that I want to know is, was Stephen A wrong for speaking on the situation so quick, being as though this is his friend? Should he wait a couple more days?
Prize Picks will give you $50 when you play your first.
He said he had an obligation to ESPN, but do he have an obligation to the guy that he brought there to just hear it out a little longer before he spoke on it? But let's get into it.
Run your game. Welcome to this edition of Stephen A. Smith Show, coming at you over the digital airways of YouTube and, of course, iHeartRadio. As always, thanking all of y'all for your support for watching the show and what have you. Millions of downloads I received over iHeartRadio. Subscribers now eclipsing 1.18 million. Thank you so much for the love and support. Today's a different day because of where I have to get started and where I have to finish. There's only going to be one subject discussed today.
And after we get into this, we're going to get into WAC 100 and academics, man. It seemed like
my colleague at ESPN and my friend,
their situation may be coming to an end. Their relationship may be coming to an end.
Proceeding under the name Jane Doe pseudonym. The 13-page civil complaint filed in Nevada alleges that Sharp committed assault, sexual assault, battery, and sexual battery. The plaintiff alleges Sharp
Regardless
sexually assaulted
if
her
Shannon
several
Sharp
times
comes out on the winning side of
in the
this,
beginning of 2025.
this shit is embarrassing though.
The suit also alleges that Shannon engaged in
Definitely
the intentional
embarrassing,
infliction
and
of emotional distress.
He
should be noted
gotta start
that
acting
the
his
suit was
age.
filed by attorney Tony Busby. This is the same attorney that filed a suit against Jay-Z and P. Diddy, alleging they both sexually assaulted a minor, which
Okay.
has since been withdrawn. Jay-Z also has countersued Busby.
For
By the
defamation.
way, the plaintiff in the Sharp civil suit is not the woman heard in the accidental Instagram live stream incident.
It is kind of strange that, this lawyer is the one who's filing all these sexual assault lawsuits.
In response to the suit, Shannon and his legal team went to social media yesterday and released a series of allegedly sexually explicit text messages between him and the Jane Doe.
Hold on.
In addition to that, they issued the
He just put the text up. Let me see.
And released a series of.
I miss you, Big Juicy. Hold on. Statement by. Let me see. What is going on? I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you explicit for me. Gabrielle Zuniga in the text message to Shannon Sharp, October 7, 2023. I know you missed this, Big Juicy. I know you missed this big juicy ass, $25K for each cheek. I know you missed this big juicy ass, $25K for each cheek. She was charging him. Okay, like that, $25K for each cheek. In the text message, this lawsuit orchestrated by her attorney in her effort to extract a large financial settlement. Zuniga presented Mr. Sharp with a recorded video of consensual sexual encounter. Everything I'm saying is for entertainment purposes. Allegedly, we believe this video has been heavily edited. Ms. Zuniga refused to provide a copy of the full unedited version of the recording. Shannon's legal team. Yeah, the boy that went out there and got weird.
Sexually explicit text messages between him and the Jane Doe. In addition to that, they issued the following statement, quote, this lawsuit, filed by Gabriella Zuniga and orchestrated by her attorney, Tony Busby, is a blatant and cynical attempt to shake down Mr. Sharp for millions of dollars. It is filled with lies, distortions, and misrepresentation.
Make sure y'all drop them comments, man.
End quote.
What it do?
Today, Jane Doe's attorney, Tony Busby, sent TMZ Sports a 1 minute and 36-second clip of an alleged conversation between his client and Shannon. In response to that clip,
just listen to this though, man. We get into the listen how Steve and they he don't just sound so supportive.
Friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly.
That boy look guilty in the motherfucker.
This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this is
right. Shannon bullshit though, man. Shannon the type of nigga. I was just thinking about, like I said, man, you can't eat. It's crazy though, man.
And played into every stereotype you could possibly imagine.
You old fool. You big dummy.
Hey Tony, instead of releasing put the whole video out. I don't have to, I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation. And now that
I hate this happening for Shannon Sharp, but I was reading those. Look at it. She got an OnlyFans. Met on the OnlyFans, and see, you do all that talking about your grandma raised you and Big Mama, and you went on the field for that dumbass move, man. You know what I'm talking about? 19 years old, you damn near 60. You had to know this shit was gonna go bad. What was the end game fucking with a 19-year-old?
Gary and Tony Busby want $50 million What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys.
Okay, we finna hear what Stephen A got to say about this. Stephen A sound like Shannon Sharp ain't gonna be on TV next week.
It's a sad situation. Shannon Sharp is somebody I work with a couple of days a week.
That nigga from down the street.
Shannon Sharp is somebody that I brought to ESPN. Works on First Take, which airs on ESPN every weekday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon Eastern Standard Time.
My boy Elvis said he a big pervert.
He's been with me every Monday and Tuesday. We've been number one for 13 years and counting. But since Shannon has arrived, obviously he's helped the show immensely. And I can't thank him enough for it. We've grown close as friends. I'd like to believe that. I certainly root for him. I know he's been through a lot in life. He's overcome a lot of things. And when he departed from Fox,
listen to him,
I was
y'all.
more than happy to bring him on board here. So all I can speak about is what I know based on the reports, and I can speak about ESPN and Disney. To be clear, even though this podcast, this YouTube show is owned and operated by me solely, it doesn't mean that I'm going to be dismissive of ESPN, who employs me in my daytime job on First Take.
Listen to him.
So I sit here before you today letting you know that they are aware that this is a subject that I was going to broach.
I wonder,
because
he said ESPN was aware. Do you think he let Shannon Sharp know that he was going to speak on
him?
him?
That being said, it's important to point out.
I think he wanted to go viral on Shannon Sharp ass.
I am not.
Just being real.
I can provide no eyewitness account. And even though I got love and respect for Shannon Sharp,
even though he got love and respect,
prayerful that he is completely innocent of the allegations that have been levied against him, I can't sit here and speak to his innocence or guilt from a knowledgeable place, because
as a friend, I feel like
seen anything. I
you shouldn't even spoke on
this person. I know what the reports.
The only way.
I know the reports.
Only way I would have spoke on it is if they just really would have bagged me into a corner. I wouldn't want to speak on it then.
TMZ.
Him speaking on it let me know that Shannon and him not finna be back on the air soon with each other. They finna probably suspend Shannon Sharp.
It's all over the
everything I'm saying for entertainment purposes allegedly too, though. This is what I'm thinking.
I'm fully aware of that. This is not a criminal case. So it's not, there is no concern about him going to jail. This is a civil case, which means that he can either be found liable or not liable. The accuser in question is
what you think?
$50 million. That was confirmed by Shannon Sharp.
You think he was in the wrong, or they just trying to play him?
According to the reports, it's somebody that
I'm from Memphis.
2023, who was 19 years old at that particular moment in time. According to some audio that was put out earlier today by Attorney Busby, you hear the accuser, the female, talking to somebody who is alleged to be Shannon Sharp. We don't know whether that's true or not. And the person in question,
fell for the
whether
okie
Shannon or not,
Even if
The
she
word
lying
choke,
the
as in I
lawsuit,
will
Shay
choke the hell
Shay
out
ass
of you with
still
my soul.
bogus for fucking on that little
And so
ass
because of
girl,
that,
folks. Yeah.
knowing
Yeah, he
that
did.
audio is
And
probably
then
going to
I
come out
wonder,
along with additional
you
tapes,
know, she said
whether they be video or
he
audio is
just wanted
unclear
her
at
to
this particular
stay at the
moment in
house,
time.
right? I never thought about
Shannon
this.
Sharp.
You know, do you think, I feel like two things could be true. I don't want to say he guilty, but just far as some of that control and shit, how much do you think they were seeing with each other though? If I'm 56 years old, I mean, maybe you don't care, maybe you do. I mean, when you in Hollywood, like I said, because Hollywood weird, but I just don't know if I feel comfortable walking around with a 19-year-old. I got a 30-something-year-old daughter. Somebody old enough to be my granddaughter now. She really old enough to be his granddaughter. So, I got somebody old enough to be old enough to be my granddaughter. And like I said, I don't think it's gonna go bad. Man, Shannon Sharp played, man. Shannon Sharp played. You know, this they was looking for a reason. He gave it to him. Because like I said, regardless if, even if he, you know, he beat it, it's just hey, you try to fuck on somebody, baby girl. You too old to be, you know, in that type of situation. The little bitch ain't even all that. She applying giant. They were telling me, I ain't saw her yet. They told me she was tough. My niggas like, I can't wait to see. I gotta see it. They told me he had got on one. I said, man, that man could have got him a 40-year-old, a 35-year-old, somebody 15, 20 years. No, okay. Okay. If he fucking with somebody 20, 19, 20, that mean he don't want nobody that's old at all. You know what I'm saying? He don't want just some motherfucker 25, 26, you know, something like that. But starting that fresh, that young, it's kind of weird though. It really is weird. And you know, from a man's standpoint, being older, on the way I can see an older man with money really trying to talk to somebody that young is for he don't want to deal with the people his age. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he'd rather just easy to deal with, control. I mean, it really what it boiled down with. Control, dictate, manipulate, however you want to put that shit. It's easier to do it when you this age and dealing with somebody that much younger than you, yo. Now Vivica 50, that's close to his age. She too old. So now Megan Good just got married, but I get what you saying though. I feel like he don't want no motherfucker. That's what I'm saying. He don't want him no lady. He don't want him no 45, 50-year-old. Even though that would have been cool for him. He want him a, you know, a motherfucker that just young and vibrant. Somebody supposed to be in college. Embarrassing though. But he definitely supposed to find him somebody 30, 35, 30, 35, 40. He could have still found him a motherfucker who gonna do everything he want him to do. But, you know, just a bad look though. Just a bad look. Nigga hate they gotta even speak on it, but you know it's in the media. It's all over everywhere. It's it's all over everywhere. So what y'all think about it though, man? You know, jump in the comment section. Basically I was asking, do you think Stephen A should have responded? Do you think this is the end of him and Stephen A's relationship? Seeing that Stephen A, or is it that Stephen A knows shit he ain't finna be back on the air, or maybe they done already told Stephen A that they finna let him go. Yeah, so Sexy Red on the mark, and she with all the freaking shit, and she was on the show, right? I think that was Sexy Red that was on there. He should have went out to Glorilla. I think that was Glorilla that was on the show. You know, all the motherfucking people you done had on the show, you done pulled up on some goddamn college campus. You done pulled up on a college campus, junior college, a goddamn Votech, arts and design, dance school, Juilliard school. You done pulled up on one of them instead of trying to holler at the instructor. Oh yeah, it's some bullshit though. It's some bullshit. Cause I'm gonna tell you something, on some real, at this age I am right now, 30s, late 30s. I ain't trying to have nobody young. Hey, if I got that money bag, glow off limits, I'm crashing out of somebody to get glow before me, folks. Man, you gotta crash out there, man. You gotta crash out. You gotta crash out. Somebody, you think glow out here? You think glow out here ain't getting knocked down? You think glow ain't getting knocked down out here, man? Stop it. Glow done got her ass did, titties did. Man, somebody out here knocking glow ass down. I'm from Memphis. Glow from Memphis. Somebody knocking glow ass down, sir. Shit. Yeah, glow. Yeah, folk. Somebody knocking glow ass down. So you might well go on, jump in the river, man. That's how you was feeling. Go on, jump in the river. You know we fuck with you over here. I hope you know how to swim. But yeah, man. Like I said, I'm hoping he come up out this shit. If anything, it's just a lesson learned. Nigga gotta start acting their age. So, you know, you definitely gotta act your age. You definitely gotta. I just don't understand it though. You know, like. I just don't understand it though, man. Like the attraction. The attraction is nothing, you know, you cheap. So it ain't like you finna marry her and leave her your money and you got grandkids and you know, so it's definitely you know some fun involved. I, I don't know, man. We'll get to the bottom of it, man. Well, they'll get to the bottom of it, and you know, I just be here to do a little reaction about it. You know, they'll get to the bottom of it. Let me see what Seth and Nash talking about real quick. And Seth and Nash gonna break this shit down, though. I know they all.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart.
It's shit funny to me though. At the same time,
I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Buzzard, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always
I know your brother Sterling just embarrassed by your crazy ass.
So I just made a video 8 hours ago that was supposed to drop in a couple of hours, but boy, this get freaky.
Say you're just gonna like get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me, so I feel like
I'm not going to hang up on you. You're just going to do it.
what does that even mean?
I'm not saying it. You are so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke about you when I see you.
They definitely Shannon Sharp though.
Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
This actually does not make her case because Shannon Sharp has stuff that he's going to release too. Matter of fact, he kind of already did. I'm going to read.
I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
Lawsuit, and then
And they role playing and shit. You know what the crazy part? For real, folks. I thought Shay Shay was
me, bro. I don't even really feel comfortable reading a lot of this stuff.
Man, I don't know.
But it get real in the field.
Ain't no telling, man. You know, in Hollywood, man, they like they do all type of
He
shit.
got some things he need to go get right with gold.
Let's see what they talking about. And then you know when a nigga doing too much shit, they still be weird. That's what that shit be about, bro. They be trying to. I'm gonna say this. I understand, man, having fun. But when a nigga want to do too much, bro, it's like they getting curious. You know, some shit ain't even meant to be doing, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like a nigga get tired of the normal shit. How you get tired of, you know, what's intended? And then nigga get to trying to come up with shit and, you know, well, let's try this and let's man, listen here. Man, 60 years old, whatever he finna read, you know it finna be crazy. You know, nigga get burnt out on regular head, good sex. How you get burnt out on it? That you got to get into all this old, whatever y'all doing, man. You know.
Stephen A. You're right here with a really freaky statement by Lenny J. Davis, counsel to Shannon Sharp. I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're effing me. Gabriella is a nigga. And a text message to Shannon Sharp, October 7th, 2023. I know you missed this big juicy A, 25K for each cheek. Meaning she trying to get that BBL about her, your boy Shay Sharp. Gabriella is a nigga, and a text message to Shannon Sharp, January 1st, 2025, 9:50 p.m. This lawsuit filed.
Right, you know what I mean, right? Niggas, you know, I ain't mean, I'm just saying, niggas get, how you tired of good head and good sex that you got to get into all this old crazy shit and hey, I want, let's do this, let's do that.
In her effort to exact a large
listen,
financial settlement, Ms. Anika presented Mr. Sharp with a secretly recorded video of a consensual S encounter. We believe the video has been heavily edited and taken entirely out of context, crafted to falsely portray a consensual act as not consensual. Ms. Zuniga has refused to provide a copy of the full unedited version of the recording to Mr. Sharp's legal team. To set the record straight, we are releasing several of Ms. Zuniga's own explicit text messages to Mr. Sharp that clearly indicate the nature of their relationship was consensual and S in nature. and many times initiated by her with specific and graphic requests. Contrary to the allegations she makes in the lawsuit, consensual S continued until January 2nd.
So she was really trying to play him out their bread,
she
though.
asked for $25,000 per
She
cheek.
thought she had a trick.
Text message.
Like I said,
there are other
she
examples.
thought she had a trick.
Mr. Nigga, for example. Only if you
he strung her along.
Then I can do whatever
and
I
then
want.
They came up with a plan.
But that don't even make sense, but okay. Text from Gabrielle Zuniga to Shannon Sharp, November 23rd, 2023. I want to put my tongue in your booty hole and then marry you. Text from Gabrielle Zuniga to Shannon Sharp, January 12th, 2024. That's my daddy. F. I want you to put that big black baby in me.
See what I'm saying? You you got a 19-year-old telling a 60-year-old man this. You see what I'm saying? Nigga trying shit and doing this and doing that, and she turned him out, and this what he probably was. I don't know what.
That's my daddy. F. I want you to put that big black baby in me. Text from Gabrielle Zuniga to Shannon Sharp, August 6, 2024. You better crave it, because you're going to be stuck with it for life after you put a big black baby in me.
Yeah, she was running game on him. Damn, fool.
Text from Gabrielle Zuniga to Shannon Sharp, August 11, 2024.
She want a 60-year-old baby.
Just a sampling of a broader pattern of graphic S communications initiated by Ms. Zuniga. The evidence paints a clear picture. This was a consensual adult relationship that included role playing. S language and fantasy scenarios explicitly requested by Ms. Zuniga. The edited tape that Ms. Zuniga secretly taped and showed to Mr. Sharp during her blackmail attempt tries to falsely portray, as a result of this editing and out of context from prior text messages, that the S activity was not consensual, but Mr. Sharp now believes her secret taping was all a part of her planned setup as a part of her blackmail scheme, as distorted by her edited tape, a copy of which she refused to make available to Mr. Sharp or his counsel. Mr. Sharp categorically
it remind me of one of them movies.
The gross lie.
I feel like I watched a movie like this before, man. Where
egregious attempt at
I watched a movie like this with who in that movie? He like an artist or some shit, and two girls show up to his house, and they fake like they teenagers or underage or some shit like that, and take pictures of them and do all type of shit, and you know what I'm saying, and had him thinking that he was fucking with some underage girls and that he was finna go to jail, and I think he ended up killing one of them, or they killed him, or some shit like that. But man, niggas just gotta act their age, man. Not their shoe size, you know. And we ain't gonna dwell on it too much. We're gonna leave it at that. I just want to get on here and really, like I said, it really was about the dynamic between him and Shannon Sharp. You know, did you think Shannon Sharp should have, him and Stephen A, should Stephen A had spoke on it so soon, or, you know, do we have a job to do? Or did he speak on it because, like I said, he knew Shannon Sharp probably wasn't finna be on ESPN after this. If you're gonna be looking for love, make sure they around your age and at least have what you have. Man, exactly. And make sure. Man, listen. They just let me know. You can't really judge a nigga, but then at the same time, people do shit for you to judge them. And you know, we human. But I just feel like when you 60, you got black kids, and you 60 damn near years old, and you running around fucking with a 19-year-old white girl, ain't nothing good gonna come of it. Ain't nothing good gonna come of it, man. You could have had a mama. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no telling who put her up to the plan. Appreciate it. It ain't no telling who put her up to the plan. It could have been her mama. You never know. They both was running their game. She was trying to run his game, and he was just stringing her along, probably. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he bought them problems. He bought them problems. And she probably was serious about having that man baby. They talking about role playing. No, she wanted him to have a baby. She wanted that old man baby. She wanted that old man baby. She wanted Shannon Sharp to be 70 years old with a 13-year-old, 14-year-old. That way she could have just ran over his ass. Then, you know, she got him. She'd been in there cooking with glass and all type of shit. Allegedly. Everything was saying for entertainment purposes. But shit, yeah, so you know. Man, nigga better stop playing. You gotta stop playing, man. One more situation I wanted to talk about before I got out of here, man. How many of y'all familiar with WAC 100 and DJ Academics? Let me go to that before I get off of here. WAC 100 and DJ Academics, man. This might be the end of their relationship too, man. You know, this podcast shit, it seems like it don't work out when niggas be, that shit work for a minute and then it, you know, it fall out. That shit fall out. Sabi, what you think about Academics, man? You think I like how he stood on his 10 though, and he challenged WAC. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed WAC one of them motherfuckers. He remind me in my daddy in this regard. Like my daddy, he ain't finna go back and forth too long. Once he go back and forth with you, and you say some shit he don't like for too long, he finna get the cursing. He finna get the cursing. Hold on. Yeah, he finna get the cursing.
Bullets could have been a straight, kill somebody way across the street. Right?
Hold on, let me just get to I just want to get to the argument. And, you know, him challenging WAC.
Nigga, it's the reason you don't tell them. You won't want niggas to know you hot. Now, I only know because somebody close to him was tied to somebody close to me. So that's how I knew.
He always having the inside bag. I keep saying WAC be knowing everything.
You also said you said they asked you about Jay Prince.
Okay, here you go.
They're probably listening to some little.
Here you go. I came to the right part.
I don't know.
What's going on? What's going on? Right now we listening to we doing a little reaction to WAC 100 and DJ Academics. Is this the end of their friendship or podcast ship?
I can't tell you, bro. It's obvious that nigga they heard something over there. Shit.
Then on this joint, I remember that nigga came in and they asked him about Jay Prince. That nigga said, all I know about Jay Prince is this. He knew so much about Jay Prince, but it's like you could tell he trying to fall back from being Mr. Know-It-All, being all in the nigga business though. Like somebody done told him that he was doing too much.
I ain't got no motherfucking business or no shit. Like we ain't had no
brawls and fucking people shootouts, the fucking riots and those shit. So they had to hear something on the line for them to think, right?
He always assumed, good assuming that nigga.
You know, nigga ain't never threatened me in his life, bro. And it ain't nothing he ain't said to me. I ain't said, you know, fuck that nigga, fuck that nigga. It's not a threat. That's his, you know, talk.
No, I get it.
It's not a threat. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. Nah.
and what I didn't want to do is just hang the phone up because that looks like what?
He always trying
He
to.
is scared.
He always trying to save a nigga when he talking to the police. That's what they say. So I'm just saying, he always trying to save a nigga. That's him saying it.
Did he ever tell you thanks?
I'll tell you.
I said it, Joey.
You sent the call to her?
That's the fact.
Oh shit.
I said it to him before it went on the internet.
Okay. Now,
What going on, bro?
Don't get mad at me. I'm gonna ask this question.
Don't get mad at me.
And I'm not trying to get jammed up, but I'm just thinking out loud. You getting online and warning, or pretty much you essentially warned Big U.
I ain't warn shit.
No, hold on. I'm not saying you were intentionally
I
trying to
ain't warn shit.
Why, I'm not
Did
trying
you
to
break that girl at your house?
No, why? You're not hearing what I'm saying.
Man, stop playing with me, bro. Every time you play with me, I'm gonna play with you, bro.
Why? I'm not saying you intentionally warned, but that's how some people.
I didn't warn shit. I told the nigga.
All right. Okay. Let's go to the Big U thing, right? So if you're saying you sent a federal call to the nigga who they're asking about, do you ever think about like they might be pissed at you to say, nigga, you're obstructing our investigation? What the fuck? You're telling the niggas who we want to lock up.
Wait, what are you talking about? You sound dumb as fuck. There's no fans call me about Big U, dummy.
No, I'm talking about Jay Prince. Jay Prince. Like if they see you,
Hey, bro, what are you talking about? You sound dumb as fuck. They called and asked and I feel threatened. They called me.
Yeah,
but when you say you sent it to him and you also put it out online, they might be like, yo, bro,
You
what the fuck you
motherfucker
doing?
right I did. I didn't tell them to call me.
You-
This ain't no fucking brick
That
baby.
ain't gonna be
Don't nobody know what I'm fuck
no
out of here.
way.
I'm only asking because maybe they're like, yo, you're obstructing our
313.
investigation when you're.
That's
Fuck
not
free
obstructing,
world.
nigga.
No, I'm just asking. I never
That's
said
not obstructing because guess what? There was never a crime committed against me.
Okay, that's true. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I do think, this constant prediction, especially if there's proprietary information known. Like, for example, if I know, if
I don't know about, hey, bro, listen to me. If a nigga called you, they called you tomorrow, hey, look, we called, we heard Whack
12.
you and they extort you.
Man, you know
and
what?
they took your gold chain.
I know some niggas that be in conversation with Wack.
So you gonna
I'm gonna ask her what's up. I want to holler at Wack.
Right? That's not you. That's not that motherfucker. You telling the truth. It's a lie.
Hold on, let me ask. I'm asking your opinion on this. If
Bro,
some,
Jay Prince
hold on,
never
no, I don't even have to talk about Jay Prince. I'm just making a fictional scenario.
He ain't never threatened me.
Yo,
bro.
if I heard that they were gonna run a search warrant on my neighbor, like say somehow I got access to know that information, and I hit up my neighbor saying, yo, they're coming to kick your door in tomorrow, they're gonna run a search warrant. If they know that I did that, that's obstruction of justice. That's the charge. You don't think so?
I don't know what you're talking about. Bro, they call
No, I'm asking you a question. So say
I don't know what you're talking about.
No. I'm asking you a question, like in theory. If I know if
Ain't them little niggas, bro. I don't give a fuck.
Whack, I'm talking about in theory.
Stop asking me police shit, bro.
I'm talking about in theory. I'm just
I
talking
done
about in
told you
theory.
50 times that's police shit.
Is that police?
That's from the start that I'm gonna ask you shit.
I'll make up a different. And by the way, no,
Like, say something.
if the police pull us over, right? And you know what obstruction of justice is, right? Obstruction of justice is.
You don't
You said make up
what
something.
you're doing, you think you're doing. You the dummy, not me. But every time you say something, I'm gonna say something. And I'm telling you,
Wow.
homie to homie, let's move on.
Oh, okay, no.
If not, I'm gonna start standing on shit.
No, why? That's all I wanted to hear you say. To be like, yo, listen, let's talk about something else. Cool.
I don't even understand that part. That's all I wanted you to say.
You know what you doing for you do it.
No. I'm asking, and if you were like, yo, we're not talking about that.
Okay, well, I'm asking.
So that was your way of saying, let's move on. Because I'm not talking about anything.
You could play dumb, I could play dumb. We could be two dummies. We could start a podcast, me and you. Dumb and dumber. I'm with it. I'm gonna throw a pretty cat. You can say, I did. Or
it's always okay to just say, listen, next topic. Like, for example,
He been saying this shit.
It feel like you were trying to answer, but answer it away.
He don't want to press about info, but he don't want to press. He don't want to press or go. You right. He getting irritated. He really irritated. Whack irritated. You can hear it in his voice.
You're one of the smartest content creators I've seen.
I'm saying, well, nigga, hey, listen. Let's keep it cute. That's how you say it, baby. Keep it cute.
A lot
Shout
of
out to the 100 side late night. All y'all trying to listen to this big waffle head, Easter egg head, hopping ass nigga right here. David Ball's head.
I thought they had a little more. I thought he got a little more tense than this. Hold on. I thought he got a little more tense than this.
America, man. There was indentured service. Ain't nobody run the island but us.
I thought he called him all type of.
Anything over 10K is good. So the accurate numbers is we have 14,000.
Wet one, none.
Okay, so check this out.
Hey, by the way, hold on. Could I say this real quick? Because I know they're gonna get.
I don't understand that E-Bunny, folks.
Get clipped up tomorrow. Me and Wack, we are cool. We make content. We talk shit. We go to the line. We have respect for each other. We don't cross them. It is cool. It's sparring. Please don't get mad at Wack. And you know what my audience does? I love him for it so much. Brains, 500 for Brick Baby. Matter of fact, you don't even got to. 250 each. You give 250 to Brick. You give 250 to Loose. I'll give 1,000 each.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, it's the same deal. Come on, Wack.
Say it slow.
Wack, we gotta help the Brick. We gotta help Loose.
Slow.
Content is better with all of them outside.
Loose is not.
Wet none.
I'll tell you what you could do.
Wet none is. Wet.
You just send the money to
Wet
Brick Baby.
none. Wet one.
To a significant other.
None it. Wet one none it.
Yeah, but I want us to be in cohesion. Like, you don't got no problem.
Wet one none it.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
No. ZOEOSAMA. Check him.
I thought they had some more.
Thing is always here. Check his numbers out. 41.
I thought they had some more heated shit.
Be on the lookout for Ego.
Wait a minute. Let me see. Let me check one more little site real quick. One more little blogger real quick, man. I downloaded this game today. Yeah, I sure did.
What up, YouTube? This is Get It Radio back at you with another video. I want to give a double salute to all of my supporters.
Get It Radio.
Anyone watching this video right now, and if you're new here, please.
Yeah, they taught us how to sound shit out in high school down here in the South, man. It took me a little minute.
We already know what's going down with Brick Baby, Big U, the Federal Rico.
Let me see. I just want to hear what they talking about.
What would you think? And again, I'm telling you this is a fact. I'm telling you this is a fact.
It ain't gonna matter. It ain't nothing there anyway. That shit get erased every day.
Would you think, since I was a civilian, should he give up the footage? Should he give up maybe, you know, deleted videos. Because again, they like to have raw videos for they like to
What you mean? What deleted videos? Brick is a lie.
Yo, Wack. Well, has the feds like stopped to talk to you yet or no?
Talk to me about what? You like these other weirdos.
No.
Hey, listen, bro. I know you niggas praying for my downfall,
No, not
right?
like that. Right.
Nah, I know you niggas praying for my downfall.
Wack, I'm not praying. I'm being sensible though. I'm being sensible.
All you need, no, you're not being sensible.
Wack. I'm gonna tell you I'm being sensible.
There's nothing about what you're saying. It's sensible, bro.
All right, I'm gonna use an analogy.
I want you to tell me how it's sensible.
I'll tell you why.
What you talking about? You're just getting weird, bro.
I'll tell you why. For example, let's say the feds go pick up Meek Mill, and Meek Mill private conversation that was wiretapped had.
I don't know.
Hold on. Wait, let me finish. Had conversations he's having with guys who might do things for him to say, yo, bro, somebody got to shoot at. You don't think they're gonna come
I
to me?
don't know nothing about. I'm not me. I'm not a rapper, and I'm not you. I don't have those type of conversations.
Dang, yo, I had a
That's
conversation.
a fictional example.
All this shit that you know.
Yo, in the indictment, they have
You consider Maryland the South True. They say Maryland is the first state in the South.
Like,
No, he does not. You're lying.
It might be.
Stop lying.
It might
All
be.
you square ass niggas that's doing media. Hey, look, bro, if you're gonna run the media, be accurate with your information. Stop lying. They have Big U on wiretap telling somebody what he wants to do to me. I want to beat his ass. I want to break his jaw. He's referring to him. Stop lying. Stop trying to put a charge on the man. Because by you saying, yo, he was trying to get people to do shit to you, no, that's what you're trying to do. That's the charge. Stop lying.
Why?
All you square ass niggas that don't, I've been in cuffs. I done fought bodies. I know how this shit works. You niggas is fabricating and adding shit. There's nothing in that paperwork in those 107 pages that says he was trying to get somebody to do something to me. It was always still referred to what he wanted to do.
Okay, Wack. You're still taking me off the point. Okay, let me concede that point. Okay.
But you want to put hands on Wack.
But here's the thing.
I want to break his jaw.
That is accused in a RICO case, and he's the head guy, is constantly threatening to do something to someone. Why wouldn't the cops at least show up to talk to that person?
Constantly threatening where he said it like 2-3 times.
Yeah, but you don't think the cops at least show up to talk to you, like, hey, listen, please.
He's talking about fighting, weirdo.
It still don't matter.
It does. It's the difference if a nigga talking about, I want to whoop a nigga ass, I'll break a nigga jaw, versus I'm going to kill this nigga. I'm going to have somebody kidnap me. That's a total different conversation, bro.
Yeah, it's a different conversation for sure.
I don't put the nigga, but you trying to put some whole other shit on the nigga that ain't there, bro.
No. I'm not trying to put nothing on
it's
him.
Different,
I'm
though.
asking you.
They ain't gotta let me know a nigga somebody he want to fight me or shit. Niggas, you know.
Talking to no nigga.
I know that anyway.
Nobody want to fight him, bro.
Why? You see why? This is why you're good.
Stupid.
No, this is
I
why.
talk about fight niggas every day, bro.
Why? This is why you're good.
I talk about fight niggas every day.
Why? This is why you're good. If the police.
You know why you good?
No, why?
You over here special act. Let's establish this. You're the square, nigga.
No, I know, but I got a hell of a
You don't know nothing about. You ain't never even been booked. So you don't know the you be talking about half the time.
Why? I think neither one of us has had federal charges. Feds is different.
It don't matter.
You haven't had feds.
Hey, bro, the feds is not wasting their time when it get somebody want to fight a nigga.
Well, why do they waste their time to go talk to Adam then? If so they're threatening you, they don't waste their time to talk to you, but they talk to Adam.
They're talking to Adam about Brick Baby's employee. I don't know. Shit, gotta ask him. That shit, Brick Baby's an employee.
It makes sense though. It makes sense.
You a weirdo too. Look, let me break something down, man. Y'all want to put me in something.
No. It's not putting you in anything.
Listen,
I'm asking
just because I do a podcast with a nigga don't mean I do everything with a nigga. When I do it you from 12 to 1 is what I do with you from 12 to 1. What the you doing from 9 to 12 is your business. So this shit is 2021 shit. 2022
Wack don't want no dealings with this shit. This shit serious. Fuck you talking about.
No, the world didn't even know who he was till 2023 or late 2022 when he got to No Jump. He's a nobody. Let's establish that now. Nigga was in fucking Atlanta. I've never seen this day in my life.
I don't know how this shit gonna play out, but clearly you can see Wack 100 is drawing the line between any dealings with knowing a whole lot of shit like he used to know. You know, he used to have all type of shit in his phone. He used to be on Pyru. He don't say this shit no more. You know, he really done fell back from a lot of his verbiage, a lot of that lingo he was using, because it makes sense though. You know, you only be a fool not to tighten up if shit going on around you, you know. So I can't fault him for being on point. You know what I'm saying? I can't fault him for being on point though. But man, y'all jump in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, share. Act don't realize this situation ain't internet jokes and means it's real life. Yeah, definitely real life. Definitely real life. But see, that's what Wack them should have realized too though. You know, just being real, that's what Wack them should have realized before they got on here and got to talking about a lot of shit that they was talking about. You know, this shit, man, as I'm learning because I'm doing it, you know, man, people looking at this shit for whatever reasons they looking at it. Everybody ain't watching me for the same reason. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all watching me because y'all fuck with the podcast. Some watching, you know what I'm saying, to be entertained. Some watching, you know, maybe trying to find fault in the nigga. And you ain't no telling. So everybody watching for different reasons though, regardless. So it just, and knowing it, man, you gotta get on this motherfucker and really you gotta just think some shit through. It done been so many times I done recorded videos. I'm talking about recorded the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over. I might have 10 recordings in my phone or some shit I finished and don't even put it out. Don't even put it out. I be having like a 24-hour rule or some shit. It might be on my mind today, and I'm like, I'm gonna make a video and I'll fuck around and do something else and, you know, hold it off. And then the next day I'm like, man, I ain't addressing that bullshit. I ain't on it. Just, you know what I'm saying? So I said that to say, you gotta be accountable for what you saying though. You know, ain't nobody, they showing you this, ain't nobody making you say the shit you say. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody making you say this shit. They might ask you the questions, but ain't nobody making you say it. So a motherfucker can't keep getting on these podcasts and just saying anything. You know, it's cool. You got to think about, you know, statues, who watching, who recording, all that shit, something to think about before you just, and then you got to also think about the culture, like how people getting jammed up with the podcast. So you seeing that a lot of shit is going on with the podcast, And there's a lot of people that's getting jammed up with the podcast. Why would you still continue to get on here, especially off of specific podcasts? Or, you know what I'm saying? Why would you still continue to get on there and say bullshit, say bullshit, say bullshit? It just don't make sense. So, like I said, come a time where we got to learn from other mistakes. It ain't always got to be us. When shit going on around us, you supposed to put your intent. You supposed to switch up. I don't expect the nigga to keep doing the same thing when people around you getting jammed up, going to the feds, and you know what I'm saying. That shit so close. You gotta switch it up. So, but then you also, the way to combat that is just be aware of the shit you're talking about. This shit got potential to reach masses. Motherfuckers incriminating themselves to prove they tough to some teenage trolls and facts. Man, this internet, you know, it kind of feel like they said this shit was, it might have came in the first wave in the 80s when it was created. You know, it might have came with good intentions, but you should kind of feel like it was, or maybe not the internet, but different social media platforms. Like this shit was put here by design, man. Plants, like they say. And day in and day out, people go on these joints and do illegal shit. Day in and day out. Day in and day out. So, you know, that's just the type of world we living in where you gonna have this shit going on. And I was asked a question, do I think we doomed? Or is it still hope? I don't never want to say it ain't no hope, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't never want to say it ain't no hope. I just think, you know, it's going to take something drastic for you know, change to come about. It's going to take something drastic for change to come about. That's how I feel about it, man. But y'all jump in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Go back, run it back. And, you know, give me a little feedback on, you know, how they say for the record. In court, it is the same record on the internet. Well, hell yeah. Man, this shit done got serious, man. I forgot what they doing, though. But I'm out of here, though. I'm going to jump back on this joint in the AM. You know, we're going to get back to it in the AM. I'm finna start getting back daily, though. Or at least every other day, for real. I kind of got my little schedule worked out. I'm getting my proper rest. I'm getting my work done. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting my workout in. I'm just finding that balance and shit, though. You know, so, you know, I'm finna start running up some content, though, man. But I'm out of here. I'm gonna get with y'all in the AM. Y'all be safe, be smooth out here, though. Man, shout out to the moderators. Shout out to the members. Shout out to the subscribers. I appreciate y'all for real. I definitely do appreciate y'all for fucking with me, tuning in. Man, keeping the chats rolling. Appreciate my boy Elwood in here. Appreciate Greater Discoveries tuning in, man. Collector 94, appreciate it. Ricky Z, Cypress TV, Elijah, man, appreciate y'all tuning in. The ones that, you know, you can't see. Out of here.